Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to take all your time, but I'm going to address this quickly, and this is pertaining to those who are making application under Windrush scheme. A lot of people have been going around and making unnecessary application that they are not entitled to. The eligibility requirement under Windrush scheme is clearly stated on that Home Office website. As a legal practitioner, my duty is to bring it to the public and interpret it to the layman's English. My duty is to bring it to the public and interpret it to simplify the English written by the Home Office, so that you guys that are not legally qualified would understand the layman English, which is one-to-one English. And that's the reason why I speak sometimes the way I speak, so that ordinary people can understand me instead of me twisting my English. It is very easy for me to twist my English. It is very easy for me to twist my English, but there is no need to twist it, other than to speak correct and clear English. And that's what I want to do now, so that you can know. Now, many people have rushed into the situation of making an application to the Home Office under Windrush. There are certain people that are qualified and certain people that are not qualified. Last night, a client called me, called me and told me some stories regarding how they go to a place to make an application every Sunday, and they just pay £50 to that person, and there were about thousands of them queuing, to make that application. And at the end of the day, the person is no longer there anymore, said that the scheme has now finished and he will come back possibly next year again. Now, the place where the person went to, according to the reliable information, the person only rented the place for 2 hours or 3 hours on every Sunday to just gather that £50 money from people. And then as soon as he gathered, he will go. Now, come back another Sunday. He has now completed his target according to the reliable source information. Now, it is so bad that people are using the Home Office to scam people. They are using Home Office law to deceive people. It is really bad. I am really sorry to say this. It is really bad. It's appalling, because it is damaging the reputation of the legal profession in the first instance. Because whoever is doing that may not be a qualified person. And if it's a qualified person, once the authority manage to catch on that person, it's going to lose his or her certificate. Now, the understanding is the place is at Walthamstow, whereby everybody goes on Sundays to go and make application, and they are just in the classroom there, and the person will be dictating to them, write your name, 1, write your date of birth, 2. Who can't write his or her name or date of birth before applying for visa to come to UK in the first instance? I am so shocked to know that people are so gullible, falling into this scam. Now, eligibility for support to those who can apply under the Windrush scheme. Now, the government says that a Commonwealth citizen who settled in the UK before 1st of January 1973 or has right of abode will be able to apply under Windrush scheme. A child of a Commonwealth citizen parent who settled before 1st of January 1973, again is before 1st of January, a child of a Commonwealth citizen parent who settled before 1st of January 1973, where you were born in the UK or arrived in the UK before the age of 18. Now, tell me on this planet, anyone who would have born in the UK before 1973 would not have a British passport, or who would have arrived in the UK before 1973 at the age of under 18, the age of 18, would not have British passport at this time. Just tell me. This is simple mathematics. Or a person of any nationality who settled in the UK before 31st of December 1988 and is settled in the UK. A person of any nationality who settled in the UK before 31st of December 1988 and is settled in the UK. Now, let me reiterate myself again, because I am wondering why some people are so gullible. Because when you go out to go and make that kind of application, you will be invited for a biometric automatically, and you can be detained. You will be invited for a biometric residence fingerprint at Croydon if you live in London or elsewhere. And if you are invited, you can be detained because you are gullible and making wrong application. You are not entitled to make that application if anyway you are not inside this scheme that I want to call now. If you don't fall into one of these categories. Now, let me repeat the category again. You will be eligible to apply under Windrush if you are a Commonwealth citizen and you settled in the United Kingdom before 1st of January 1973, or you have a right of abode. Now tell me anyone who will have come to UK before 1973 with right of abode that won't have British passport till date. 2020 we are. Tell me anyone who will have come, apart from the old people from Jamaica that we are talking about, that their case is so different. Tell me again. Now tell me a child of a Commonwealth citizen parent who settled in the UK before 1st of January 1973, or where that person was born in the UK or arrived in the UK again before the age of 18 in 1973. Tell me anyone who came to UK before 1973 and before the age of 18 who by this date will not have British passport. Tell me. I'm enjoying my work. Trust me, I am enjoying my work. Tell me a person of any nationality who settled in the UK before 31st of December. Settled, meaning of settled. Settled in the UK before 31st of December 1988 will not have British passport as we speak in 2020. Tell me. I am shocked, bemused, and believe me, beyond my thinking that we still have people so gullible falling into this scam again, going to places to go and fill in application form. What for? When you are not inside any of this category, why do you people love to buy lies? Why do you love people telling you lies than enjoy people telling the truth? Why are you enjoying it? The only way you can make application in the UK, if you have a child that has that live in the UK 7 years, if you have if you are a parent of a British child, or you are a partner of a British person or a settled person, or a partner of a European person, or you fall into the category of refugee and you are successfully claimed your refugee status, or you are a student, or you are on tier 1, tier 2 and moving around the work reason. Please, I am not too sure why people are falling into this category and people are scamming you. You are not falling into any of this. You are not a Commonwealth citizen who settled in the UK before 1st of January 1973. You do not have a right of abode. So why filling in that form? You are not a child of a Commonwealth citizen parent who have settled in the UK before 1st of January 1973. Where you were born in the UK at that time, or you arrived in the UK before the age of 18, there is no one on this planet from Nigeria that will still fall into that category and still living in the United Kingdom. So everything is all about 1973, 1973, 1973. So it is not the Home Office that doesn't like the truth. It is the individual that does not like the truth. And they are going to fall foul because Home Office will be deporting them. When you are making this type of stupid application to the Home Office, you are going to be deported because you will be indirectly invited to come and do biometric, to come and do fingerprint. And during that period, Home Office may find a way to detain you. And if they detain you, they have every reason to detain you because you are gullible. The English is so clear. The English is pretty straightforward and clear. So why are you so gullible? Going to Waterstone Market and go and fill in a form, or going to Birmingham to meet somebody and paying them 50 pounds on application, and they collect all that money from you, and they told you that the application is free. Of course it is free for those older people. And the majority of people who fall under this category are Jamaicans. They are Jamaicans. And it has to be before. Underline the word. Everything is before 1st of January 1973. Everything is before 1st of January, before 1st of January 1973. Come and tell me anyone who will be in this country since 1973 that haven't got British passport. Don't ask me that question. That is none of your business. Home Office has put it there. So those who are eligible should go for it. But you cannot be in the UK for 10 years and you are claiming that you are eligible. You are not eligible. Home Office have power to decide what they want to do. If Home Office want to grant British citizen to you because you have a lawful residence in the UK, you must have indefinite leave to remain. British passport is not for everybody. You have to fulfill some criteria. It is as simple as that. Don't ask gullible question. Honestly, Shewande, honestly. Don't ask whether Home Office stayed too long to grant British passport. British passport is not for Dick and Harry. It's not for everybody. You have to qualify. You have to be entitled. A Commonwealth citizen who settled in the UK before 1st of January 1973, the Home Office has accepted their own oversight on this matter, but you are not concerned. You came in as a visitor, you are an overstayer only in the UK 8 years, 10 years. You are going over to fill Windrush application. How does it concern you? How does it concern you? It doesn't affect you, it doesn't concern you. You are an overstayer. And out of that anger, filling that form alone could even exacerbate the reason why Home Office must detain you and remove you from United Kingdom. Because you have to know that they are being forced to make this decision. They are being forced to apologize under this situation. So if you step on their toes by filling in this form without you having been entitled to fill in this form, you might find yourself in your country of origin unexpectedly. Because you saw the truth. You know you have to get advice from the people that have an office. Not somebody to meet at McDonald's. Not somebody to be meeting in the car. In somebody who rented an apartment for two hours to just give you that, to collect that money from you guys. And you go there every Sunday and you go there to go and queue. And you have other qualified professionals outside in their office working to them. Go and make proper inquiry. Go and do consultation. Do proper consultation rather than deceiving yourself and filling a form and they are collecting £50 from you. And at the end of the day, you are the one who's going to post the form, and you are the one who is going to put your name and your address there. You are not putting the person's name and address there. You are putting your own name and address there. How stupid is that? I'm asking question. Because my situation is different. Don't compare me with any other lawyer. My position is different. It is true I am a qualified practitioner. But my situation in the community, in the diaspora, is completely different. I am here to assist people. I am here to give you the real news. I am here to educate you, to elevate you, to put you forward, to make sure you have the right information. But the information you are getting from them today is the wrong information. You are not getting the right information. You are being scammed. You are being scammed. You are being duped. Yes, you are being scammed. You are being duped. You are being scammed and you are being duped. Why are you not smart? Why are you not? Nigeria is one of the countries that's more eligible. And you know the funniest thing, according to the reliable source last night, it wasn't only Nigerians there. There were many nationalities that are gullible there yesterday. Jamaicans were there. Nigerians, Kenya, everybody were there on Sunday. You go there every Sunday. Why are you deceiving yourself? Home Office is going to detain you when you go for biometric because you fill in wrong form. You are passing insult to the Home Office. You are passing insult to the Home Office. So Home Office will detain you. There's no way you can escape this. Many of you will be detained under this form that you have filled for the Home Office because you are overstayer. And you're supposed to be making a way to regularize your status in a right way, by making sure that you fulfill the requirement under the Home Office requirement, under the immigration requirements. Now come it may be, you did not fulfill the requirement. You fall under the method, under scam now. You went in there and you go and fill in the form wrongly. A wrong form you are being filled. Somebody who came to UK 10 years ago, you came as a visitor. You are an overstayer. You don't have a wife. You don't have children. You have overstayed your status. Instead of you to regularize your status in a better way that meets the requirements of the law, you did not do that. Instead of that, you are passing back insult to the Home Office indirectly when you are not supposed to be in the country, when you are supposed to be asking for favor to meet the necessary requirements. Who is eligible for support before I leave? Who is eligible for support before I leave? Who is eligible? You could be eligible for the Windrush scheme if you are a Commonwealth citizen who settled in the UK before 1st of January 1973, or you have right of abode, or you are a child of a Commonwealth citizen parent who settled before 1st of January 1973, where you were born in the UK. So, for example, anyone who was born in the UK under a parent who came in before 1973, of course, you are a British citizen, for God's sake. A Commonwealth citizen who settled in the UK before 1st of January 1973 or has right of abode. A child of a Commonwealth citizen parent who settled before 1st of January 1973, where you were born in the UK or arrived in the UK before the age of 18. Arrive in the UK before the age of 18 under a parent who has already settled in the UK before 1st of January 1973. Tell me how many people still around that haven't got British passport to date. The third one is if you are a person of any nationality who settled in the UK, settled before 31st of December 1988 and before the age of 18, then you will be qualified to make application before 31st of December 1988. So, of course, anyone who have been in the UK before 31st of December 1988, look, if you count your fingers, how old is a 1988 child? A 1988 child is about 32 years old. Yes. So, who will be in the UK for 32 years that will not have status? So, if you have come to UK before 31st of December 1988, yes, it has given you the chance, say a person of any nationality. So you will only be entitled to do this application if you have come to UK before 1988, not even 1988. It said before 31st of December 1988, which means that under that last category, you must have entered United Kingdom on the 38th of 1988 December or 25th, 27th, not on the 31st. So even if you entered UK on the 31st of December 1988, you will not qualify. So all the situation is before 1973, before 1973, before 1973, with the last exception that says any person of nationality who settled. Don't you know the meaning of settled in the UK before 31st of December? Not somebody who came in and went out and come back in 1995, who came in 1986 and went back and come back. You have to produce a lot of helpful documents in this respect and in this regard to satisfy the requirement of before 31st of December 1988. So I am wondering why people are so gullible. Ladies and gentlemen, I am still loyal to Tokunbo Olagbaye, but when I say the truth, I say it. I hate liars. Believe me. I hate somebody who is not upright. Somebody who is not straightforward, somebody who hates the truth. I don't fancy somebody who hates the truth. I am not perfect, but I don't fancy anyone who hates the truth. And I plead that all of you that have gone for that thing, that Home Office will detain you, then you will learn your lesson from there onward. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go now. My name hasn't changed. Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye. I have work to do in the office.